Home of Fargo man's mysterious jump in water usage has others in the community wondering if their most recent water bills are accurate. It's a story we told you about earlier this week when a North Fargo homeowner said his water bills went from around 1,500 gallons of water used each month to 74,000 gallons in July. Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley spoke to city officials today to find out if your bill is accurate.
Of the 34,000 water meters in the city of Fargo, Auditor Steve Sprague says all of them are read every month by 3 city employees, either by radio reads or physically walking up to your home.
The only time that we estimate is if we can't get access to the meter pad.
Sprague says access may be limited depending on locked gates or large animals in the yard.
Normally in those cases, we'll mark it and go back at a different time.
He adds if his office goes more than 2 months estimating, additional steps will be taken to make arrangements to do an actual reading.
If we do have somebody's where it's moving around a little bit, we will estimate low and then catch up later if we need to, or if our estimate is high, we'll adjust back.
Sprague emphasizes there shouldn't be concerns on your meter's accuracy, as the Metro's good water quality doesn't impact the meter's reading ability. Adding the most recent meter tested by his office proved it was 99.9% accurate. In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Sprague also says the biggest culprit for higher water bills is likely leaky toilets, saying a home could go through up to 129,000 gallons in a month just from one faulty toilet. If you have concerns on your bill, you can always call the city auditor's office. The phone number is 701-241-1324. North Dakota Secretary of State says his office will not review recall efforts of 4 Fargo Public School Board members. A statement from the office reads, if signatures collected were not counted because the signer did not live within the Fargo School District, the law is clear that those cannot be counted and no legal challenge will change that. The Attorney General's office will not be reviewing the signatures as well. Organizers with the recall effort stated that they are still reviewing their options with other legal advisors. I wouldn't mind a month or so of the fall weather like we've had today. If you can, take some time and get out outdoors and enjoy. Let's get the very latest from Hutch on what's happening this evening. He's here now with the first look. Hutch?
Mike, thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. As we head into our Thursday night, the weather breezy but beautiful. Temperatures have soared into the 70s for almost all areas. A few folks out there enjoying the golf course at the Dakota Magic Casino as we head into the evening hours. It looks like our trend of nice weather does continue. Look at these temperatures. It's hot up near the international border, 79 in Roseau. We have some 80s in the central Dakotas as we head through our evening. We do have changes on the way, though. Take a look at this. The winds gusting at times over 20 miles per hour, but they're starting to taper off already in most locations. That's a good sign. So our evening looks to be quiet, but not all night long. There is a cold front heading our way. There's a couple sprinkles. See them here, the green? Well, those are heading our way as we go through the overnight hours. We'll have details on when they get to your neighborhood or if they get to your neighborhood here in a moment. Temperatures tonight, comfortable 60s out there. We will have increasing clouds, but decreasing wind. Mike, hope you can get out and enjoy for a while anyway.
I sure hope to. Thanks.
You bet.
A Fargo man is facing a number of charges after authorities say he assaulted and choked his 11-year-old neighbor. Investigators say the girl told them that she was playing basketball with her friends when Larry Baldner started yelling at the kids to get off the property. They also say he called them the N-word at one point. Now, Baldner told authorities that he had to wait for the kids to move to pull into his driveway. He also told police that the kids mouthed off and that one of the kids beat him up. Police say Baldner was very uncooperative with them, and when they put handcuffs on him, he was verbally abusive to officers. Charges are pending against a semi-driver who was involved in a crash with a train. It happened this morning in Otter Tail County. The tractor trailer was on the North Lake Street when it crossed the tracks. The semi was hauling restaurant supplies which were scattered throughout the area. The driver of the truck wasn't hurt. The train's conductor sustained minor injuries. Keep your eyes peeled in Grand Forks. You might spot a coyote. Police say that they believe it's injured and that it's been spotted several times recently. Authorities remind you to avoid wildlife if you see it in town and to call them if it poses a threat to you or your family. Most of the time, these animals make their way out of town without hurting anyone. You also need to watch out for potentially toxic blue-green algae in wetlands and lakes this fall. If you swallow or come in contact with it, you can become sick with diarrhea or vomiting and experience other symptoms like numb lips, dizziness, or even skin blisters. For animals, they may suffer adverse health effects and could possibly die. They're at a higher risk than people for illness because they're smaller. The Greenwood fire in northeastern Minnesota is still burning, but it could be fully contained by October 14th. The lightning-caused fire has now burned about 27,000 acres. Reporter Jennifer Hoff speaks with one man whose home was barely spared by the fire, and for the first time, he's sharing photos of the aftermath.
Surveillance video from August 23rd showed the